What's going on? It's your boy Miguel, and I'm coming at you with another video, and we've got another special guest. His name is Bowles. His name is Bowles.
Time management, everyone.
That is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about how to manage your time, whether it be you're in school, you got jobs, and you're trying to do a business. What? How in the hell do you manage your time if you are busy as fuck, which I'm sure a majority of people are?
Now, first of all, people always say they're busy. Everybody's busy. Okay. Everybody's always doing something. There's something going on. No, I can't, bro. I'm busy. But busy with what? Is that a priority? Is that something important? Is that actually getting you towards something?
That's actually a good point to start off with, is that the chances of you actually being as busy as you assume yourself to be probably isn't that true. So that's the first point you want to make. You're more than welcome to elaborate on the point you were making.
Thank you. No, I mean, I'm busy, of course, but if something happens where I need 3 hours from 5 to 8 and I figure that out 2 hours before that time frame, I have to go somewhere and do something, I can still make it happen. Okay, it's are you busy? Yeah, you got stuff going on, but how prioritized is that? So what I want to really get across from my piece of advice in this with time, it's all just time management. So this entire video is about is I have a structure every single day. I mean, you've seen how it's written down, how I outline it the day before. I don't ever make to-do lists, okay? For me, a to-do list meant my mom's leaving the house and I got shit to do, okay? And it's usually not the fun shit. It's not you got to hit, 3 trick shots on Black Ops 2, play GTA. No, it was none of that. It's okay, you got to vacuum the upstairs and the downstairs, which we had one of the corded vacuums, so you got to plug it in, then, okay, it didn't reach, you got to move it, sitting downstairs and
this outlet's full, I got to
so it was just a whole mess. So for me, to-do lists have a negative connotation, hence why I don't like doing them. But most people, first of all, don't even write down what they have to do. They're oh yeah, we'll just run with the day. I make priority lists, and there's a difference. A priority list is something that directly is something you have to do either in a time frame schedule for that day to get something done, a call, whatever it is. So it's a little bit on the time end of things. Some can be shifted, maybe a couple specific calls, meetings, or appointments. But then a lot of it is also bigger picture things you're working towards, that will help you achieve a goal. Maybe it's one of your weekly goals, your monthly goals, your quarterly, yearly, however you structure what you want to do and what targets you want to hit. So that's huge for me. I priority list every single day. I make sure that gets done. Other than that, I can always then do other things that are productive. But really break that down and ask yourself, is this productive? Is this moving me towards where I want to be? Mm-hmm. That's huge. Yeah.
I actually do a very similar thing in the fact that it's not a priority list, but I actually got this from Andy Frisella. He called it a power list, where basically you don't go over the number 5. And you make sure to put the number of things that you want to do in that day in order of importance. And he said, depending on how strenuous those things, how taxing they may be on either your body or your mind, sometimes you may only have 3 things on that list. But the thing about this list is that nothing else is a priority in that day until that list is done.
You can't eat, you can't do shit else, just done.
Finish the list, just knock everything out. And then once you knock that out, if you want to relax for the rest of the day, you can. But 9 times out of 10, if you're in this entrepreneurial space,
finish that will do something else.
Exactly. That's the whole point. Yeah. That's the whole point of it.
And you already know, I don't know about you, but for me, it's still tough to get done what I want to get done on my list. And the thing I found out after, I was starting to test this, because I kind of figured that priority list thing out on my own. I was just testing a lot of different stuff. And I was I'm not getting all of it done, but it's a priority. I wrote it down. So I was kind of overestimating and overachieving what I could get done in a day. And of course, there's no excuses. I could have done it. I just wasn't being as productive as I should be or could be. So it just became a thing where I never was hitting what was actually everything on there, which was a problem. So I realized you got to really just bring it back to those core things. My lists are getting shorter, which is fine. I still do those other things, but it's in your mind, what is actually a priority? Yeah. That's huge.
Think about, you can also think about it like this. That's actually the point that you made before I get into this. The reason why Andy Frisella was saying never put it over 5, and sometimes that list may have to be shorter, is because the whole idea of momentum, you want to let your mind see that you're knocking the things out that you say you're going to do every single day on a regular basis. So in your head, you're subconsciously, you're every time I set tasks and goals for myself, I always accomplish them. And Forgot what the other point was, but like I'll go ahead and leave. I'll go ahead and leave it at that.
No, that is huge. Like a lot of people don't realize like momentum, what it is, and like I didn't really realize that until like 6 months ago. Like even think it was a thing. I'm just like, oh, if I want to do stuff, I'll do it. But like just getting in that like habit is first of all the habit of momentum. Momentum can become a habit, and it's very tough once you lose that, once you break that habit and lose that momentum to bring it back. That you will eventually find if you really pursue entrepreneurship or whatever you're doing, that will be the biggest bitch to get back. I guarantee you. It's happened to me like 2 or 3 times, you know, on bigger scales and some on micro scales where, you know, one day is not as good as like the rest of the week. And it sucks. You notice it and it's not good. So you have to change that. And it goes into exterior forces, which I know we've been playing with a little bit, like what you're eating, when you're waking up, how much sleep you get, like what you're drinking, when do you work out, what do you work out, how long do you work out, all of that different stuff plays into your energy levels. You know, like today I was a little bit like wishy-washy at like 4 to 5. Not good. Got to figure out why and kind of figure out how to replace that and substitute it.
You also like it helps to figure out when you personally are the most productive, because that plays a huge part into it. I know for myself, and I thought this was weird until I heard someone else mention it as well. I'm most productive right after I wake up and super late at night. So like the middle of the day is kind of weird for me. Like, it's so weird. Like, so like the second I wake up, like for whatever reason, I'm able to hop out of bed and immediately get to work and knock out at least 2 or 3 things on my task. And then for whatever reason, in the middle of the day, I have to stop working, chill out for a little bit, maybe get something to eat, handle a task like really slowly, and then late at night I get this like surge of energy, and then boom,
that's
ready to
awesome.
have
You know, Katie's always going to bed at like 11. We're up here working until 2 or 3. Like I'm on the same boat, same schedule.
And Splashman understands himself. He's like, yo, exactly. I need to go to bed early so I can wake up and get a bunch of shit done.
And so we respect that. We keep the noise to a little bit of a minimum.
A little bit. Right now we're like screaming at this video.
It's midnight right now. He's trying to go to bed. But no, that is absolutely massive. I think that's huge to understand that. What's up?
So for whatever reason, both of us immediately went on to the task thing about prioritizing what it is that you need to get done, going after. I remember the other point I was going to make. Figure out the things that will push the needle furthest in the direction that you want to go. So figure out what your biggest priority is, and then make sure that you're doing the things that'll get you to that the fastest. Like those are their priorities. So we talked about that. What if someone is legitimately busy? Because I know at one point I had school, 2 jobs, trying to build a business, and I was interning for the company who the CEO wanted to be my mentor.
Wow.
So I'm like,
that might be busy, but it might also be like unproductive. Like, you know, working a job, you just got to do it to pay the bills, but that's not necessarily productive, you know?
No, it's not productive, but like
you have to.
Yeah, you have to do it. You have to do it. So what are some strategies you can think of where it's like, okay, I actually do have all these things that are taking up a shitload of my time?
First of all, analyze your situation. So I've never been in that situation. You know, I've been in situations where it can, you know, have different structures. Figure out a block of time every single day where you can work at the same time every single day. Like, you know, we were going to go up to LA, was it earlier today, and stay, but that would have kind of messed up like 2 days worth of momentum just for like a 24-hour or less trip. So it's really interesting to see the structure. We understand that. So if someone's working, you know, they wake up, they go to school, then they go to work, and they have like a 3-hour block of time, and then they have to go to work again. But in those 3 hours, you know, okay, you got to eat, maybe get a little bit of exercise, maybe you need to clean the house, you got to do laundry, you got to walk your dog, you know, whatever it is, that's time. But still, set aside a block of time every single day at the same time where you can do work, okay? And that can be 20 minutes, but find those 20 minutes. That's huge. Even if you have to sleep less. I mean, that's the one people don't want to hear.
Yeah.
But like the amount of times, and this you can't do it all the time, okay? You can't just always, you can go multiple days with like, you know, 4, 5, 6 hours. It's completely fine. I've actually gone over a week with never more than 4 to 5 hours a night. That was when I was in Thailand. I explained that to you. And in that time, the amount of money I made for a brand new company that I started was just ridiculous, because that was the only thing that mattered. Like I didn't leave the house. I mean, I had a beautiful villa on the hill overlooking the ocean, infinity pool, like all these amazing things to do. Did not leave the house. Not once. 7 days. So just prioritizing your time. That's really the whole theme.
Yeah. Sometimes it comes down to sacrifice, especially in those situations. So I actually have personally been in a situation like that where essentially all of my time was gone. And obviously it turned out to work out well for me. So you kind of have to like see the bigger vision in the end for what it is that whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. But a lot of it is going to come down to sacrifice. You're going to have to sacrifice sleep. But you also have
friends. People spend that time with friends, that one block.
But the cool thing about it is that you figure out who the true friends are, because at the end of that long block of time where you're trying to do this, you'll figure out who's still there and who isn't.
I only got like one.
Yeah, I have none.
One.
I have none. Every single person around me is new.
I got one OG. Shout out to him. But acquaintances, I got a handful of them. But
those are a dime a dozen.
One, yeah. It's crazy.
So yeah, it's a matter of sacrificing, being able to sacrifice sleep, being able to sacrifice the people around you in order to see this bigger vision for yourself. And a lot of times it is finding those pockets of times in order to get a little bit of extra work done, or, and this is important, get a nap in. I accidentally went like 2 months without getting more than about 4 or 5 hours of sleep. And in the end, I ended up getting a bit of a nervous twitch.
Productive.
Be productive. Point. Okay, we're just going to rush this to an end because the camera's about to die and I would hate to lose this footage.
Everybody's thing is different. What works for you might not work for me. Vice versa. Exactly. What works for him, ours are different. But figure that out for you. Test it, experiment, understand your priorities, and control your day from there.
Boom. That was an amazing way to close out. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. And tune in next time because we're going to be making more videos.
No way.
Peace out.
Deuces.